We're Steph and Travis, Canadians who didn't know much about sailing. We didn't let that or a global pandemic stop us from living our dreams, and we've been winging it ever since. We took off from Toronto and made it to Grenada in year 1, and we've got no plans on stopping. Subscribe to join our life on the water. Thanks to our patrons who keep the dream going. Hey guys, welcome back to another midweek episode in the Jibsea Galley. We got some positive feedback from the previous segment, so we thought we would drop in again and share another recipe. If it's not your thing, feel free to click on out, and we'll see you back here on Friday for our regular scheduled sailing vlog. Today we're going to be showing you our go-to chicken that we normally have for dinner. It's our go-to just because it is quick, it's easy, and we usually have the ingredients on hand and they're easy to find. It's nothing fancy, it's just our go-to because it's so quick and easy. I don't like using a million pans and dishes and forks and things like that while cooking because I like as minimal mess as possible so that I can clean up as I go and be dish-free in the sink before I eat. We stock up on a lot of chicken breast whenever we can find fresh chicken in the different islands that we've been to. We'll individually wrap them in saran wrap and stick them in a large Ziploc bag, throw them in the freezer so that we can easily pull one or two out to thaw in the sink in cold water for dinner time. We usually have the chicken with a couple of sides, mashed potatoes and carrots. Today we are in for a little treat. We are going to be subbing the mashed potatoes for a Canadian favorite, poutine. For those that don't know what poutine is, it is pretty much fries topped with gravy and cheese curds. We don't have cheese curds, so we are using shredded mozzarella. You can use whatever shredded cheese you want, and I'm sure it'll taste just as good. It hits a spot for us, especially when we are far away from home on a boat where there is no chance we're going to find poutine anywhere close by. We've been able to find fries in a lot of the places in the islands, actually. Even in the Bahamas, I do recall seeing a big bag of frozen fries at the Exuma markets. I don't know why we don't usually stock up on fries, so this is kind of a little treat for us. Here's what we'll need for dinner tonight. I like to prep everything first, and this is the order of the steps I take, which has been the most efficient for me, as I try to have everything ready at about the same time while only using one burner to reduce the amount of propane we're using and getting the boat too hot while we're in the tropics. First, I'm going to start off with putting the fries in the oven. You can make them as per the instructions on the bag, or do what I do and turn on the heat and eyeball it. Next, I'm going to peel and chop up the carrots and put them into a pot of boiling water. While the carrots are boiling, I'm preparing the chicken by slicing it in half lengthwise just to make it thinner so it will cook all the way through on the pan easier. And then I do this weird tenderizing thing where I kind of just make little tiny slits with the knife on the chicken, and I find that this helps soften it up because after being in the freezer for a while, we tend to notice it dries out or hardens a bit more than fresh chicken. Since I know I'm not going to be using that knife anymore, I'm washing it and cleaning as I go to minimize mess. Now, I will say that I am not a big, this herb goes with this herb, which complements this seasoning. No. These random spices and herbs that you'll see in a moment are just kind of what we had on hand and tossed in one time. It tasted good, and we've kind of stuck to it. Now to make the batter for the chicken. We're going to start off with Italian-style breadcrumbs. I prefer the Italian-style ones for the added flavor, and we've had no issues finding breadcrumbs all throughout the Caribbean. Now add salt and pepper, paprika, granulated garlic, a sprinkle of cayenne pepper, thyme, and Old Bay seasoning. I'm going to put away all the spices and then grab a fork, and using the back of the fork, stir the spices until they're well mixed. I'm using the back of the fork so I can use the same fork and avoid taking out another utensil when scooping out the mayonnaise to coat the chicken. I prefer mayonnaise over an egg because it's quick, easy, and less wasteful than taking out a whole egg for this. Then I'm going to put all of that aside and get the gravy ready. I personally prefer brown gravy, but because we had an open package of turkey gravy, I'm going to go ahead and use that. Just going to add the water as per the instructions or eyeball it and leave it aside as well. Now we have all the prep work done for the chicken and the gravy. I'm going to put some oil in a pan to prepare the pan for the chicken. Now I'm going to check on our carrots to see if they're as soft as we like it, and then drain them. Once the carrots are off the heat, I'm going to swap the pan for the chicken onto that coil. I don't like using more than one coil because it gets too hot sometimes. As the oil is heating up on the pan, I am going to slosh the mayonnaise on each side of the chicken breast and coat it with the batter. I like waiting till the oil gets pretty hot before putting the chicken on the pan so that the batter fries better. I'm pan frying the chicken at medium to medium high heat, one side at a time. When the chicken's almost done, I'm going to stir in all the stuff into the carrots. We're going to be putting butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon into the carrots, all to taste. Stir it all around so it's well mixed and all dissolved. I'm going to do a quick check on the fries and see if they're golden and whether I need to do a little flip. It usually takes only a few minutes on each side, but I just double check that it's golden, not burning, and making sure that it's cooked all the way through. Once the chicken's done, I'm going to put it onto a plate because I'm going to be using the same pan for the gravy. I'm going to give it a rough wash by just removing all the chunky bits out of the pan. Just going to give the gravy a quick stir. Some of the powder is settled at the bottom of the bowl. The burner is on low heat and the pan's still quite warm at this point, so by the time I pour the gravy over the pan and give a few stirs, it's pretty much done. And now for the best part! Assembling the poutine. Sprinkle the cheese, lots of cheese, over the fries, and top it with gravy. And look at that, just how I like it. Ending off with a clean kitchen before I sit down to eat.
Ooh, holy shit. Poutine.
Oh yeah.
I know what it takes to win the key to my heart.
To fill that belly. Look at that thing, eh? It's growing. And there you have it, guys. That is our go-to for dinner usually when it comes to chicken. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and comment below if you end up trying it. We'd love to hear from the non-Canadians as well. Let us know if you have ever heard of poutine, if you've tried it, and if you love it as much as we do. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you back on Friday for our regular scheduled episode. Bye!